Hello everybody, my name is Lisa. Welcome to my channel. Today I am going to review the November 2025 Once Upon a Book Club offering. This is the adult selection and I'm going to tell you I loved every single gift in here. Not only did I think they really worked well with the book, personally they just got me this month and I'm going to show you everything. So this is how you get it. Get it in a big pink box just like this. It comes to your door and we got The Restoration Garden by Sara Blaydes. So I always read the book. I'm never going to do a book review without reading the book. The book was great. This is a winter read. You can say like a winter beach read, but this was one of those books I couldn't put it down. I just finished it in like 2 days. It was fast moving. I like the characters. And this is only the author's second novel. So bravo, bravo. So let's go into what I always call the paperwork. You get this in every offering. And by the way, yes, this is a book subscription club, but you don't have to get a year's subscription or 3 months or 6 months. You can go month to month. You can try it out. You can get a 3-month subscription and get spoilers on the following month that you're supposed to get. And say if you don't like the book from the spoilers, they will hold your book. They'll skip that month. You won't have to get it and you can get the following month. So I'll leave all the links and the details down below in the description box. The best part is you do get 10% with my discount code, the House of Jane, on every order you place with Once Upon a Book. So that helps support my channel. I'll be totally transparent with you. If you use my link to buy anything, a subscription or a 1-month thing, or even some of their swag on their website, I get $5, but it's not in like money. I get it in book credit. And with that book credit, I am able to buy me like a 3-month subscription. This one was gifted outside of the 3-month subscription. So it goes either way. I can, that's what I use my little funds for. All right, we got the book, the book plate. She probably has the most normal signature I've ever seen. I don't mean it in a bad way, normal. It's just a lot of authors, they scribble it, they write it in a big felt tip pen. This looks like a big pen that she wrote her signature with, and I'm trying to get the sticker off. Got it. Always stick this inside the book, so let me do that really quickly. I hope everybody is doing well. It is Friday and I'm off to see Creed Miss tonight. I'm so psyched. There we go. It's inside the book. And oh my goodness, I smudged it. She must not have used a permanent marker. Sarah! Anyway, that's that. And then we got a little note from the author. We got a bookmark and it says, I want to be as wild as I can be. We got a little sticker and then we got a companion of questions with the author, discussion questions if you want to have like a book club. They also have a Facebook group chat that meets. Join us as a group. I've never joined the Facebook group chats. They tell you where all the gifts are, and on the back they talk about English country gardens. Okay, so let's get to the book. I'm going to try to describe the book as best as I can in a short amount of time. This book takes place in the countryside outside of London in Havenworth Manor. Havenworth Manor is an estate, an old estate, old money estate. That's the setting of most of the book. There are 2 main characters in the book. One is named Julia. Julia is a present day lady. She restores gardens. She's an arborist, she's a garden designer, landscape designer. She has her sister's little boy with her. Her sister unfortunately died recently. She lost her job in the States, and she got a job in England to restore the gardens at Havenworth Manor. Havenworth Manor is the childhood home and the current home of Margaret, who is 92 years old. And Margaret's godchildren take care of her. Margaret has some money, and she hires her, and the grandchildren hire Julia to restore the gardens back to the 1940s. The other main character is named Irene, and that goes in time. This book switched back and forth in present day to 1940. Irene is a character from the 1940s. She is 18 years old. Margaret, the old lady I just spoke about, is her little sister, her little 6-year-old sister. So there's a 12-year gap between them. It's her half sister. Irene's dad is a scientist, and he develops some kind of radar system that's not yet put into production, which could potentially track the German Luftwaffe airplanes that are currently bombing England. It's before World War II, I don't believe. World War II, I should have looked up the date. This is 1940. I'm not sure when it started, 40 or 41. Actually, World War II, I just remembered it started in 1939. Okay, so I digress. Her father developed this potential system to detect radar, and Irene is living on this estate with her stepmother, her stepsister, her father. She feels definitely misunderstood 18-year-old girl, and she loves to draw. Her dad, she made an art school back in the States. Her dad refuses to send her because it's dangerous at the time to travel. Make a long story short, Irene meets a dashing young man, ends up marrying him and running away to London. Okay, like I said, this book goes back and forth to the present day. Present day, Julia is on the estate trying to figure out how to restore these gardens, which are in extreme disrepair. I mean, they probably haven't been touched in like 80 years, literally. And she's trying to figure out all the different gardens and the plantings, and she gets to know Margaret, and she gets to know Margaret's godchildren, Helen and, what was his name? Oh, what was his name? Not James, it was Andrew. She's trying to restore the gardens and figure out what to plant where. Let's go into some of the gifting, because I've already said quite a little bit. I don't want to give away the book. I did tell you that Irene, the 1940s Irene, ran away to London. We're not up to that yet. Let's go to page 12. The setting is Julia is at the estate in Havenworth, and she is meeting Andrew and getting settled. And by the way, her little 5-year-old nephew that is with her, because she's now the guardian of him, is named Sam. So she's in the estate getting to know Andrew. It's her first morning there. They're in the kitchen, and Andrew is trying to make them some breakfast. That's okay. Sam likes to eat toast in the mornings. Peanut butter would be a bonus. Why don't you have a seat and I'll see what I can do? Thank you. Despite my insistence we didn't need anything fancy, Andrew proceeded to chop up some strawberries and add them to the plates he'd set out for us. We don't have peanut butter, but we do have raspberry jam. Okay, so that was page 12, and this is the corresponding gift. This is how Once Upon a Book Club works. You get corresponding gifts to passages you read in the book. And I thought this one was very suitable. We got a cutting board with strawberries on it. There it is. I thought it was really nice. One side is plain, And then we got this colorful cutting board with strawberries. I can see, maybe not, I wouldn't cut food on this side, it's painted, but I can put this out, arrange cheeses on it, or candles, or just even put it in my little coffee bar area. I thought it was charming. I really liked it. And they also gave us a nice recipe on a very thick recipe card for strawberry shortcake. And then this just says the what we got, and it says hand wash only. Yeah, so definitely I wouldn't cut food on here. Maybe place some food or place some candles, teacups, teas, whatever. I like the gift. Okay, we're gonna go to the next gift, which is on page 26. This part of the book, let me see who they're talking about. It's May 21st, 1940. And I spoke about Irene, and she is 18 and she loves to draw the gardens and flowers. She's very talented. The hours passed in a blur as I filled in the colors and shadows until finally I had a near perfect replica. With deep satisfaction, I wrote the words Camellia japonica below. Blooms February through May. All the scientific details I'd read in the botanical encyclopedias I found in Havensworth Library. At the bottom of the page, I added in practice cursive the most important part of all, longing and desire. So we go to page 26. And we got a beautiful print suitable for framing of what Irene was drawing. So I thought that was really nice. I really liked it. And even if I don't hang this up, I do a lot of junk journaling, and this is really nice paper. I can see doing something junk journaling with this. Maybe make it into a journal. Who knows? Okay, so the next page is 66. And oh, I just opened to page 52. This is a QR code. And what it is, there's actually some sirens over the estate, Havenworth, and the German planes overhead, flying overhead. So when you scan the QR code, you can hear a bunch of sirens. It actually brings you into the moment of when they were really scared because they thought they were going to be bombed. Okay, page 66. Page 66 is also Irene. Now it's June 1st, 1940. And she's sitting at her vanity. I sat at my vanity and ran my brush through my hair. My mother had taught me to brush out my hair every night before I slept, no matter how tired I was. Perhaps it was silly, especially on nights like this, but it was another way I kept her memory with me. So Irene's mother had died, and her father married this woman who owns the estate in England. They moved from the States to England. It was actually the father's first love, and for whatever reason, he never married her until after his first wife died. So we go to page 66. Everything was really wrapped nicely. And I got a nice hairbrush. And I thought this was really feminine and beautiful. Something that I could definitely use. Let me take it out of the packaging. I just like color. I like color. It's a regular hairbrush. And I should probably brush my hair more. So this is really pretty. So that is the third gift, and I thought it was charming. It matches the cover, matches everything. So that was that. And the next two gifts are my favorite. I probably most of these book boxes. It's on page 100. On page 100, let me see where we are in the book. She still hasn't run off. This is Irene, 1940. She still has not run off to London to betroth James. That's another whole bunch of wax I haven't even told you about. James was actually thrown out of the military. He was a pilot. He was thrown out. She met him at a party. He was friends with her cousin, Michael. And through James and her marriage to him, James sells black market goods, but he comes from a very wealthy family. And there are rumors, and it's the possibility, the family rumors, that in present day, and what's in the history of, because they were in Wikipedia, they are in the history, even though this is fiction, was James was a traitor to England, and that possibly Irene was a traitor to England and to the Allies during World War II, which I'm not going to tell you either way, but that is when Irene becomes excommunicated from her family because they think she's a traitor. And that's the whole second half of this book, which we haven't even gotten into. And I certainly am not going to give you any spoilers on whether she's a traitor or not. Okay. She's still at Havenworth. Narcissus blooms February through April. She's actually drawing, meaning unrequited love. The sketch itself was dated March 12th, 1937, Havenworth Manor. I carefully paged through the rest of the book. It was filled with botanical sketches, some of single flowers, some of collective plants, and more importantly, some landscape sketches of the garden. This present day, Julia is scouring the mansion, the manor where she's living, to see what's in the gardens, and she found Irene's book of sketches. So that's what I just read you the passage of. Because the old lady Margaret, the 92-year-old lady Margaret, is saying, I don't know what was planted here. She was only 6. So this is what the gift looks like in a really nice box. And I was thinking, please be a book, please be a book. And it is. They gave us a beautiful sketchbook, which they called Irene's sketchbook. It's 160 pages, A5, nice paper. This is not copy paper thin. This is nice thickness thin. It doesn't say the pound of the paper, but what they gave us is a gorgeous sketchbook that can fit in and out of this book, just like so, okay? And it's just blank pages of really nice thickness of paper. There is a place for a pen holder right there. And there's a little pocket right here. And it snaps together like so. And the front cover has this really pretty design. I just thought this was classy, beautiful, and very pretty. I mean, don't you all want to sketch in a pretty book, right? And here are the narcissus flowers. And everything I just read you is right there about the type of flower, meaning unrequited love. And the pages. Plenty of pages to do whatever you want. You don't even have to use it as a sketchbook. You could make it into a planner, a diary, anything you want. So that is the 4th gift, and the 5th one I love is just as well, if not more. That is on page 277. And where are we? We are present day Julia. She's still trying to figure out what happened to Irene. Was Irene a traitor? All right. Like I said, I am not going to tell you anything. Now, in the book, there was like a secret coding where if you took a stylus and you wrote just on paper and put pressure on paper, you ever do that as a kid? And then you take that piece of paper and you rub it with pencil and you can see the words that someone pressed into the paper. That's what they're doing right here. I'm only going to read part of this to you because I don't want to give away any spoilers. "Show me," Margaret said with steely resolve. I clenched my hands into fists as I watched Sam turn the page over to the blank side he had ruined with a pencil. "Here." I saw it. The tiny white lines that appeared inside the gray shading. A concealed message, just like Margaret had taught him to do weeks ago. "Dear Mark." The rest of the message hadn't yet been revealed. "Get a pencil," Margaret ordered. Sam dutifully raced back to my bag to find one. Margaret handed him the Florilegium. "Careful, just like I taught you." My stomach squeezed so tightly I was almost nauseous as I watched Sam slowly reveal the message inside. Now, this is a message from Irene to her little sister Margaret. "Dear Margaret, I have done terrible things, but..." I'm going to leave it right there. I don't want to give away the book. And let's look at the gift. This is page 277, a beautiful box. I love how everything matches the book cover. And what we got was Julia's pencil pouch. Use the pencil to read the secret message inside. Look at this pencil pouch they gave us. Isn't that gorgeous? Comes with a really nice pull. Opens up and we have this secret message that if I ran this pencil over it, I'd be able to reveal the message that Irene wrote her little sister. We got a cute little pencil and a cute little pencil pouch. So I thought it was darling. I thought it fit with the books. And me personally, I love all these gifts because I find them very useful to my personal life. And it's always nice to use the gifts yourself or gift them. Like last month's box, not last month's, but the last book review I did, I received really nice gloves that were lined with fabric and wool, like fake wool, not like fake fur. I live in South Florida. I gave that to my sister. So I'm always either keeping or giving. So that's a really nice thing to do, these book boxes. So I'm not going to give away the end of the book. I'm not going to tell you, I just can't. I just can't. I want you to read this book by yourself. It's called The Restoration Garden. House of Jane will give you 10% off. What happened in the past? What happens with Julia in the future? I haven't really even talked a lot about Julia. I said that, yeah, she's restoring these gardens, but she gets very chummy with Andrew and chummy with his sister. Does a relationship form? Does a relationship blossom? Does she stay? Does she leave for the next job? What happens? I'm not going to tell you. And also, what happened to Irene? Was she really a traitor during World War II? Did she do bad things with her husband, James? I can't tell you. But what I can tell you is this is a really good book. So that is that. I will leave my code in the bottom. Let me just review I'll leave my code in the bottom description box, also on the screen with the link, House of Jane, 10% off every order. So you use it once and you can use it 3 months later. It's always going to work as long as they keep me on as an affiliate. But let me review the gifts real quick. We got this really nice pencil pouch. We got this journal. You can use it as an art journal to draw in. You can use it as a planner. You can do junk journaling. You can use it as a diary, whatever. You know the deal. We got this really nice print. We got a really nice hairbrush, which I like, very girly. I like it, like girly things. And we got this cute cutting board with the recipe card and a book plate, which unfortunately I smudged that signature. And we got a sticker. Where's the sticker? Sticker. Here we go, the Restoration Garden sticker and a bookmark. Conversation cards, you name it. This is really a very well thought out book subscription box. I love it. I've been reviewing it now for a couple of years, and I hope I can do some more in the future. Thanks for visiting me today, guys, and I will definitely see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.